It feels very surreal, you know, to come up with an idea and then go through, you know, the sort of long, complicated process, but, you know, being able to work with such sort of wonderful people and to, you know, near the end of that process end up in such an extraordinary place. You know, it's so good. It's about a boy whose mum was killed when he was a baby, and his dad suffers a breakdown and buys a house right out in the middle of nowhere, and he locks his boy away inside to keep him safe from the outside world. What are you doing? And this show is about what happens when the boy turns 18 and his dad dies, and he's taken out of the house for the very first time to live in the real world.
Can I get you a cup of tea or anything?
I don't know.
It was thinking about my relationship with my own father and my relationship with my son, and thinking about how we create worlds for the people we love, safe little worlds, and how hard it is to explode those worlds when people grow up and we have to release them into the very difficult, complicated world.
When I first read it, it was, you know, just a few paragraphs, and I loved it straight away because I felt it was exploring real life emotion and real life, you know, issues about the creation of masculinity, how boys become men, but done in a way with a high concept that was really exciting to hear about. And also I'd read some of Pete's work and I loved his writing, so I knew it was one for us straight away.
It was just so different. Like, I don't think there's many shows like this, like, at all. And especially in mainstream television in the UK, I just think it's either always like crime dramas or like political dramas, or like when it's teen dramas, it always becomes like super huge and big and like dramatic. And I just feel like this, while this has a dramatic element, it's always done with a really real tone, and it's just done so differently than everything else. So it just made it so interesting to read and want to be part of.
I loved the scripts, but I think the thing that stood out was there was actually a real emotional clarity to the writing. It was, and yet it explored something incredibly complex. And I think it did it with, or does it with, such humour, which you don't expect. So the show is really very funny and very truthful, and then very frightening, kind of in the space of a few minutes, and then back again.
You know, when I read it, I genuinely did think, you know, sometimes when you read a lot of auditions, you have a lot of characters who think, oh, I could do a good job, but I think there could be 20, 30 other actors who could do as good or a better job. But with this one, not even in an arrogant way, but I just thought very few people can play Danny and do it authentically and not make it a caricature. And I thought, for one time in my life, I thought, I am that person that might be able to do that.
Lewis manages to do with Danny is really impressive, because he's ultimately got to be someone you identify with, you think is vulnerable, you care for him, but he's also dangerous. He might do something bad as the series goes on. And to be able to play all those different things was something we didn't know we'd find all in one person, but, you know, we were very excited when we met Lewis.